Man. This dismissal of the lawsuit from Drake has set the internet ablaze, bro. I mean, all type of reactors, bro. Lawyers, people who react to music, even some of Drake's fans and a couple of his stans are starting to realize like this might have not been the best idea. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of people are comparing this to how Donald Trump is trying to limit freedom of speech, with how Drake was trying to limit freedom of speech with the lawsuit just because he didn't like what somebody said about him. Just like how people feel like Donald Trump is doing right now. You know what I'm saying? All the while, you got Kendrick Lamar just chilling, selling out arenas, GNX going double platinum, him getting more and more praise as this goes along, and not like us continuing to reach new heights that we've never seen before for a song, hip hop rap song, let alone a song period, not just being a diss song, but being like one of the best diss songs, best songs, Grammy. I mean, just Kendrick Lamar is just he's above and beyond what anybody could have fathomed at this point, right? And as for Drake, he's looking like one of the worst sore losers, if not the worst sore loser that we've seen, not just in hip hop and rap, but in music. You get what I'm saying? Bro, we've had pop artists get into beefs, not do this shit. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of beefs in the country scene that we probably ain't familiar with. They ain't sued each other. Obviously, hip hop, rap. I mean, any genre you could think of, there's nobody else who has done this worse than Drake, just as being honest. And with social media being what it is today, that makes it 10 times, 100 times worse, because now you got thousands and thousands of videos, whether it be short videos, it's 2 to 5 minutes, niggas that's going an hour long reading the paperwork from the lawsuit, the documentation, saying the lawyer is eviscerating you. This is another Not Like Us in law form. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different angles that people are coming from to kind of celebrate his loss. You know what I'm saying? And let's be honest, man. Let's be totally honest here. Anybody with a third of a brain, not even half, a third of a brain, would see that this was like, this lawsuit was useless. You get what I'm saying? And it's reported that UMG was even trying to give Drake a settlement. Like, hey, look, we're going to give you this. If this is what you want, if you want the cash, we got you. You get what I'm saying? But don't let this go further than what it's supposed to go. You feel me? Because regardless of the fact of people believing the narrative that they was trying to devalue him, why would they offer him allegedly a settlement that was like 8 figures, I believe, to stop the lawsuit? So they cared in a way. It's just business to them. Let's be honest. So they didn't want to see an asset lower itself because of itself for how it felt about what was going on. You get what I'm saying? Let alone the lawsuit exposed a lot of things. First of all, it exposed how people felt about the claims with the PDF file shit. You know what I'm saying? How people was bringing up Millie Bobby Brown in the text. How the video resurfaced to him being on stage with a 17-year-old and kissing her, and then kind of complimented her after she said that she was 17, which is whatever state he was in or whatever. It's, you know, like 18, you have to be 18 in order to be like a grown person. You being 23 at the time and her being 17, and it might look even worse because she probably just turned 17 or whatever. I don't know, right? They're putting light on that shit. And then people start to bring up other cases of him being in his 30s and him talking to 19-year-olds, but he may have knew them when they was 15, 16. Listen, all that shit is alleged, but at the same time, you're forcing people to bring up evidence in order to show why people even believe the narrative in the first place and why it was even considered a thing. Get what I'm saying? Let alone the PDF file allegations being 5, 6, 7 years old. Like, Not Like Us came out in 2024. People on the internet been talking about you being this weird guy with young women for a solid 5 years. I know for sure in 2017, 2018, I saw videos of people breaking down why people feel a certain type of way about Drake and why people feel like he was getting protected by the industry and shit like that at one point because he was a cash cow. He was bringing a lot of money in. Catalog is worth a lot. You know, all that type of shit. You feel me? And what I want to say too is that, because this is what I'm gonna name a video, right? A lot of people jokes was Drake lost the white way, which was losing in the legal court system. Like he lost. It's been dismissed with prejudice. Like you can't sue about this shit no more. About nothing. At least about Not Like Us, but I'm pretty sure they don't want to see this shit no more at all in the legal system. Get your bitch ass on somewhere. Go that way, nigga. Take your loss. Take your lawyers. Y'all motherfuckers go eat some bagels with biscuits and tuna on them and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then, niggas like me, like, you lost the black way, which is in hip-hop, which is in rap, which is you lost because the diss record was better than your shit. The Heart Part 6 was trash. The rapping was aight. The beat was actually fire. The content, the context, shitball, garbage juice, bottom of the barrel, old ass eggs. They got salmonella in it. If you try to eat it and cook it, you're gonna get sick, nigga. So with all that being said, anyone who's a fan of Drake, of Aubrey Graham, has to realize that the person that inspires you to feel good about the music you're listening to, the person that came out with all these albums, these records, and these features, he never really gave a fuck about any of it, or he grew to not give a fuck about people's opinions that kind of matter when you're talking about trying to save face, trying to keep that image up. You get what I'm saying? Now you got talks of him, and I told you this before, Drake, do not release that album this year. This is the worst time. I mean, next year probably be, you know, just as bad, but it won't be as bad as the same year of you losing the lawsuit, stretching it from 2024 to not, like, it'll just look way worse. People are not liking the Iceman episodes. People aren't liking how you're responding to every single person. You diss Gilly the Kid, Johnny Manziel. I mean, you dissing everybody, any content creator that has something negative to say about, or something that you don't like to say about your music or how you're presenting this rollout. No one is agreeing with it for the most part. No one is fucking with it, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you're only making it worse and worse and worse. Like, you took an L legally and you took an L in rap, in hip hop. And you're one of the biggest artists that we have. When we talking catalogs, when we talking numbers, when we talking, you know, influence, how people started to, you know, kind of rap, sound like you a little bit, the beats, the cold, dark, you know, 40, you know, it's producer 40, like, niggas was rapping on those type of beats for a little while because they looked at it as like the underground / upper echelon, you know, kind of / poppy kind of feel that was easier to digest for the general public, for the masses, rather than a certain niche, right? You know what I mean? Not only all of that, bro, you just, anybody who back in the day looked like they was hating on you, this is the killer part for me. Anybody back in the day who made a video about anything that is even remotely close to what the lawsuit was about, whether it be the PDF file allegations, whether it be the ghostwriters, whether it be how you supposedly, and it's been proven that you blocked Pusha T and just music in general that you felt like was going to damage your image and damage your career and damage your value. All of that shit is true to the people who felt like that before, because this case being dismissed had a little bit of all that shit built up in that case. And now it's thrown out. And now all the allegations and rumors and all that shit is going to be true for people, especially the ones who were called Drake haters back in the day, making videos that pertain to a lot of the subject matter that was in the lawsuit. You get what I'm saying? Listen, me personally, yes, I am celebrating the fact that Drake lost the lawsuit. I'm celebrating the fact that he's getting eviscerated, not just by Kendrick Lamar, not by the Rick Ross diss tracks and Future and Metro Boomin and ASAP Rocky and anybody else who, you feel me, put his name in a song and dissed him, right? It's the fact that freedom of speech and art was protected. Rap, hip hop, this record specifically, battle rap even more specifically, was protected because you lost. That's your fault. You was just supposed to take this L like everybody else has in rap history, hip hop history, in the history of music, right? You was just supposed to sit down and just let it just kind of cool itself out. Let it just kind of play out. People was going to bring it up, but it wasn't going to be as big of a joke or have actual valid information to kind of solidify that people are right in how you handled it wrong. You get what I'm saying? Look, this will make it way harder for me to listen to Drake's music. You know what I'm saying? Just because it doesn't feel like you're a part of what we felt like we let you in for. You know what I'm saying? Like, you basically shitted on every diss record that ever came out, every record that had subliminals. And the thing about it is, a lot of people say that you got that subliminal shit from Jay-Z, like throwing subs and putting niggas' names but making it sound like it's a saying and not really. You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all know what I'm talking. If you in hip hop, you in rap, you know what I'm talking about when we talking about subs. They call subs. They call subliminals. Subliminal shots. Subliminal lines that mean that it sounds like one thing, but it's really dissing a nigga in another way. You get what I'm saying? This ain't nobody else's fault but Drake's. I don't give a fuck if the lawyers played you. I tried to look up if Drake paid, how much he paid his lawyers or what's the estimate amount. They saying, Google told me that he didn't pay. He didn't pay the lawyers. They don't have a number. Nigga, please. What? There's a number for that. Diddy paid for his lawyers, so you telling me Diddy ain't paid for his? Get the fuck out of here. What? I don't know how much he paid for his lawyers, but I know it had to be a hefty amount. And if they don't have the number out on Google for you to figure out, if somebody can put that number up for me in the comments, please do, because I tried to look for it and I couldn't find it. But they're continuing. For you to even ask for an appeal, my guy, yo, bro, Drake, it's over. It's done. Non-actionable opinion. That's the key words right now. Non-actionable opinion. Your loss is so great that niggas are starting to know what niggas are looking. Niggas is becoming like internet lawyers just to try to figure out why this was so trash. Why this claim, this lawsuit, this defamation of character, you trying to say UMG did something wrong. Man, stop it, bro. Stop, bro. And listen, man. For anybody who's still riding with this nigga, you don't gotta like Kendrick to like the fact that freedom of speech has been protected. You don't have to like Kendrick to like the fact that Drake is soft. You don't have to like Kendrick to like the fact that Drake has been trying to control a bit of the industry for like the last 5, 6, 7 years. You don't, just because you agree with the lawsuit doesn't mean that you're a Kendrick fan. It just so happens that Drake made it so bad that he's forcing you to almost kind of agree with what Kendrick was saying the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Just say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. Certified lover boy, certified wop, wop, wop. You feel me? What is it? The braids? When I see you in sexy red, I see 2 bad bitches. Right? All of that, like, you're making that true. You made it more true when you put the lawsuit in, and it's even more truer now because you lost the battle both ways. 2-1, 2 birds, 1 stone. Wasn't that one of your diss tracks, nigga? 2 birds, 1 stone. What the fuck? Oh, and let's not forget J. Cole. Let's not forget J. Cole. J. Cole was slyway trying to justify this lawsuit before it came out. Not to say that he probably knew about it. I'm pretty sure he knew about it, allegedly. I don't know. But him trying to solidify Kendrick using bots and Drake, we still love you in the game. I don't give a fuck. You did a lot for me. Like, J. Cole was not in a lawsuit at all because he bowed out like a bitch and he apologized. You know what I'm saying? Like a soft pillow ass light skinned nigga he is. But you tried to like be on the side of Drake in his lawsuit. So let's not forget that J. Cole, like I said, he wasn't a part of the lawsuit. He didn't help Drake pay for the lawyers and nothing like that. But you were on this side of the lawsuit, which means you were on the side of artistry being controlled by somebody if they didn't like what you said. Nigga, you didn't even like what you said in 7 Minute Drill. You didn't even believe what you said in the diss record that you had against Kendrick Lamar. You didn't even know what fucking side you was on because on one hand, you with Drake on First Person Shooter, but then on another hand, you on the album with Future and Metro Boomin, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Where do you stand? You get what I'm saying? And with you, other than Clouds, because I done had arguments with niggas in the comments, which they technically are correct, but other than Clouds, you have released nothing. There's not been you ain't been on podcasts, you ain't did no interviews, you ain't went live, you ain't did shit. So for everybody who said that, oh, J. Cole apologizing was a good business move, but it ain't no business going on. It seemed like after you apologized, you lost the Dreamville Fest. Not to say that those two correlate, but it just so happened that right after you did all that bullshit, the Dreamville Fest is done. It's over with. Finito. You get what I'm saying? So let's all clap it up. All right? For Kendrick Lamar selling out arenas. 50K over here, 63,000 over here, 85,000 recently. Fucking did somewhere in fucking Colombia, Mexico, somewhere, nigga. That nigga, I don't give a fuck where he at. At this point, the nigga gonna sell out because his name is nigga buzzing like a beehive right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's clap it up for that. Let's clap it up for Drake losing the lawsuit. Yes, nigga. Celebration. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna roll a fatty. What are we talking about? Let's celebrate J. Cole suffering as well. Because fuck the big three, it's just big me. That shit is becoming more true every day. Every day, bro. And it's so crazy that Kendrick Lamar referenced it's getting scary in October. Right? Shout out to Jalopy Bunkers because he pointed this out. Damn near the same day. It was like maybe a day difference, but it was around the same time. J. Cole dropped Clouds. And this is around the same, or was it the 7 Minute Drill? I don't know. J. Cole dropped a song that had something to do with this beef. And the lawsuit got dismissed. Got dismissed. Damn near on the same day when J. Cole came out with that. And it got dropped, dismissed, dealt with in October. And guess what month? October very own OVO, say it with me, OVO. Like, it's got to be divine intervention or something. The universe is working in hip-hop rap's favor right now. Kendrick's favor right now for this shit even going on how it is. You feel me? Kendrick, congratulations. Drake, congratulations on losing. J. Cole, congratulations on not dropping no fucking music because obviously you know that the next time when you drop, ain't nobody going to be feeling that shit. I hope you ain't trying to rap on some, I'm the best rapper ever. When you went on stage in front of 30 to 40 to 50, I don't even know. It was I think it was like 40,000 people there, if I'm not mistaken. Over and under, right? Over, under, give or take 1,000, right? You apologize in front of everybody. You made it harder for Drake even dissed you. Kendrick gave you a shot, and you was playing both sides like a bitch. I don't know what else to say about this. That's all I got. The internet is going crazy right now. Hip hop wins again, man. Rap wins again. You feel what I'm saying? And let's continue to push forth art. And if you feel some type of way, you can diss a nigga, bro. You can diss a nigga, bro. Fuck out of here. What is we talking about? Get your bitch ass on somewhere, nigga. Tell you can diss somebody else. I got hurt. He's calling me a diss. Man, get your bitch ass on somewhere, nigga. Don't nobody want to hear